Hey, what's up everybody? Esemi bringing you another video. This one going to be the next iteration of Stage Select featuring Fox. This one was very highly requested by a lot of people, and I got my buddy Larry Lur to help me with the list, so all of his social media will be down below. Please follow him and show him the love and support and all that type of stuff, as we always do. But anyway, let's get started. So the best stage for Fox, as you know, you must see this a lot, is going to be the triplats for Fox. He gets silly up air just conversions for forever. I don't play Fox that much, so I might not be able to show them particularly well here. But if someone's at like 25%, you can get like 3 to 4 up airs, and up air does like so much percent. So like you're going to be fine and just get a bunch of damage really quickly. I'm sure you've all seen, you know, what Larry Lur did to Zero that one stock where he legitimately just zero to death him. The blast zones are big, and so he will have a lot of longevity. However, you know, that can bite him in the butt because sometimes we won't be able to kill you super early. But Fox has really nice setups because he has, as I mentioned, the up airs and all that stuff, or, you know, the air dodge read with the up Bs, or, you know, he can just 2-frame someone with his up tilt and back air them or up air them, you know, 50-50 at certain percents, guaranteed at other percents. He has fair footstool, which doesn't really matter because only a small handful of characters can survive that, being like Villager, Pikachu, Bayo, maybe. And so the lower, like the big low blast zones will allow characters to live. I actually had to play a Fox and I lived versus them when they fair footstooled me at like 0% because I was Pikachu. But either way, just Fox has so much mobility on the stage. The platforms make it a lot easier for Fox to recover, or less so easier to recover, more so difficult to edgeguard, because instead of like you're going to go either on stage or the ledge with side B, then suddenly you have to worry about platforms. So if you're over here, you can actually go on the top platform if you don't mess it up by being bad because you're an efficient Fox player. And so just Fox can get a lot of conversions. You know, also, you've seen some clips of Dugan doing some ridiculous things, and like, this is pretty much where the combo videos happen for Fox. He gets so much damage. His longevity is really nice because he is a pretty light character, so you can actually die pretty early, but on Battlefield you will be living, and his recovery is good enough to the point where he should be able to recover for the most part, regardless of where he is, unless you get hit low. So yeah, definitely the best stage for Fox. Ban it if you can. The new rule set kind of hurts him because he does not get access to these anymore because you should be banning them versus him, so he doesn't have access to either Battlefield or Dreamland. But either way, he still has plenty of strong stages, just like Town and City, because pretty much what happens is there's a low blast zone here, so you will be able to kill earlier, and also when the platforms are there, you can get long conversions, whether it's this one or is the other one, you know, the other transformation. Let's see if I can... Oh god, DK is so heavy. You can definitely get some scary stuff into some pressure. Again, I obviously don't play Fox, so my auto-cancel timings like aren't existent, like they're not a thing. But you can get some early kills with that, especially if you can get up here. You know, you obviously have, if you get like a dare or a nair up smash on these platforms, that would be absolutely huge. So again, you can carry people off the top. The short side blast zones allow, you know, the forward smash on the neutral get up, or like the up tilt back air to kill really early. You know, fair footstool, no character can live because they'll just blast zone here, which is very important. And so obviously, like, maybe not the best stage against other characters that can kill really early vertically, as in Zero Suit and Meta Knight and Rosa and blah blah blah, those type of characters, but definitely a strong stage for Fox. Probably going to be his go-to counter pick in this new rule set because you will be able to ban the triplats. But you know, it's a really good stage. It's always just really scary. The platforms definitely help Fox more than they hurt him. Like, it's less so, like, Smashville doesn't really help him as much, like it can, but it probably won't. And so this stage definitely has more platforms that can help him. Obviously there's 2 of them, so they're less dependent on which side it's on, and you can get some conversions, probably at like 70-80% if they're light characters, by full hop up air into that double jump up air, which can be really devastating for a lot of characters. Because Fox, you know, can struggle to kill, but if he gets those really early up air confirmed, he definitely will not, and that will have a match very far into his favor. Next up is going to be Duck Hunt. So this is a pretty unexpected pick for most people. I actually have a decent amount of experience with this because of Eden, the South Florida Fox player, who absolutely loves this stage. So it is similar to FD, however this right platform can get you some platform conversions. You won't really get too much off the tree in terms of your offense, but one of the weakest things about Fox is when he gets hit really hard. And so suddenly now he'll pretty much be able to just be like, oh, you know, I'm getting hit, and you can just fire Fox to the tree and be really safe. Yeah, some characters can catch you, but the majority will not be able to. Obviously, and if you're firefoxing here, they have to have the mix-up because you can't just go down and land safely. So if they commit to the tree, you know, and suddenly you're like, oh, I'm gonna go this way, and then it's gonna be like, suddenly you're gonna be pretty safe. And so this stage, again, you can recover a little trickier with the wall jumps, which is good because suddenly, you know, you're not going to have to be put into an up B situation as much. Obviously, you'll also be able to wall tech consistently, like if you're up being against the ledge, people probably won't be able to hit you out, so you'll be able to tech jump and then pretty much be able to recover, which is very, very good for Fox, because obviously his big flaw is the fact that he's easily edge-guarded, or, you know, he'll make it back for the most part, but he will take a lot of damage regardless if the opponent is competent in edge-guarding him. So, again, you have a place to escape with the tree. Fox's pressure is really good. You have a lot of room to run around, and actually if they're a slow character, you can actually use their gun a little bit on the stage. And yeah, the blast zones are pretty normal, so you're not going to get early or late kills, so just going to have to stay a solid game, you know, get your kill confirms, get your edge guards, get your 2 frames with the up tilt, and, you know, it's a good stage for Fox for sure. Not his best, not his worst, but somewhere that's definitely comfortable for him to go. Definitely not a bad stage for him at all. And these last few stages are definitely the worst stages for Fox, but they can be good depending on the matchup. So, first off, we are going to talk about FD. So FD, obviously, no platform, so you can't get any Fox shenanigans that are going to carry you up on the stage. Like, obviously, he still has this vortex with, like, up tilt, and then short hop up or up tilt, and then short hop up or up tilt, and, you know, you're going to get caught by one or the other. Fox won't be able to hit you as hard because there's no platforms, and so he's really going to have to work for his percent at higher percents once you get out of the vortex percent. However, if you are a character that struggles to land, then Fox is still really fast, so he'll be able to shark you and still get a lot of percent slowly over time. However, if you're a character that gets out of disadvantage very well, think Diddy Kong, think Sheik, think Pikachu, you will have a easy time on the stage getting down against a Fox for the most part. And the thing is, Fox also cannot get down. So if you are a juggling character, this is a great stage to take Fox, because you can just hit him in the air and he really won't be able to do anything other than try to mix you up with shines and double jumps and air dodges and maybe even like a side B off stage just to, like, you know, get to the ledge, but then Fox has to get off the stage, which isn't exactly the easiest thing for him. So yeah, definitely, stage can be a double-edged sword, definitely matchup dependent. If you are a Fox player, please be careful letting your opponents take you to the stage. Be cognizant of their juggling options, and just be confident in yours, because you will need them on the stage, because that is really going to be your bread and butter. Because other than that, you're just going to have to play neutral with, you know, your short hop, throw back airs, your up tilts, your just general speed that Fox has. So please be careful, be aware that this stage can hurt you, but be aware again, then the 3 out of 5, it might help you actually. So again, you're going to have to be comfortable on this stage. I would recommend practicing on it, you know your percents, know your kill confirms, blah 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 blah. You know, all the generic, like, know your character stuff, but this stage is definitely the one that stresses it the most, in my opinion. So Larry notes that both Lylat and Smashville are, in his opinion, Fox's worst stage, and it is matchup dependent. So Lylat is great for Fox on stage, he notes, because the platforms are super good to shark. You can just kind of stay under them the whole time. You know, you have to watch out for the slants, because sometimes you'll miss your auto cancels. If you know you're coming from below and it's slanting up, you might miss your auto cancels if you're not super perfect with it. So you can definitely get some extra up airs as you would on Battlefield or something like that. However, the offstage game and the slants can mess Fox up. Something to note is if you are doing an aerial side B and you land, like, and you hit the up slant, you'll actually have the landing lag, or the lag of the ground side B, which is significantly higher than the lag of the aerial one, so that can mess up your, like, on-stage game a little bit. Obviously, the recovery is worse because Fox is one of those people that is very susceptible to getting Lylated, because if he side Bs away from the slant, you know, suddenly he'll be able to fall under it, and he won't be able to grab the ledge super easily. But again, you can obviously angle under, so that's not a huge deal, so you'll be able to do this pretty much regardless of where you are. But it is still scary because then your opponent can hit you under the stage, and that's really not a good position for Fox, even a little bit, because again, his recovery is the worst thing about him, and so Lylat can make that even worse. So that's not really a good look for him. And something else to note about the stage is if, you know, because of the slant, if Fox is recovering with a side B, you actually can, like, even if you sweet spot the ledge, because I mean, I'm being bad, but if you sweet spot the ledge or you're attempting to, opponents can still use things like forward smashes to hit your recovery because of the slant, so it'll go farther down. So think Marth, think Pikachu, think even Yoshi, that's on the stage right now. You know, he will struggle to get back on the stage because of that. That is actually a huge deal because suddenly you're going to be edge guarding when the sweet spot side B normally can't get hit. So yeah, that's a big deal. So please, Foxes, watch out for that. So you're pretty much going to be, you know, whether you pick Lylat or Smashville, going to be sacrificing platform combo ability for general ease of movement because Smashville doesn't really have a lot of jank, but it does have a few minuses that Larry outlines. And so the reason why Larry thinks Smashville is bad is because it is pretty small, so Fox's movement will be stifled because he's going to be in much more close quarters to his opponent. And Fox really, he likes to be close to his opponent, but only in advantage. Otherwise, he kind of wants to be in the mid-range because he has things like short hop back air. Just his general speed is hard to deal with, and it's very, like, scary because he has a lot of mix-ups in that front. But if you are close to your opponent, then suddenly those mix-ups are kind of gone besides, like, dashing away and trying to, like, back air them or things like that. But either way, not not a super good look. The platform honestly doesn't help Fox's combos that much. It can. I mean, I've seen it happen where Larry's got a lot of big confirms off of that. But either way, it doesn't happen as often as the stagnant platform stages or even Town and City because there's more platforms. So that happens, and also it's harder to edge guard opponents because, again, Fox isn't really an edge guarding character. I mean, he has fair footstool, but other than that, he's really not going to go off stage very much just because of the risk he incurs just going off stage. So a lot of times he's going to want to like up tilt ledge trap with things like back air and all that type of stuff. But the platform kind of makes it so people can get off the ledge easier. I mean, I'm bad, but characters like Sheik, Pikachu, you know, just slippery characters can get off the ledge easier, and so it's harder for Fox to capitalize on the advantage of having his opponent off stage because they can either, one, recover to the platform in the first place, or two, get off the ledge way easier because of double jumps or doing things like that. So it's kind of hard for Fox to capitalize on his advantage mode, and Fox is a character that needs to capitalize on his advantage because he is such a glass cannon, and getting hit once can mean 80-90% and even more disadvantage, or even a death if you get hit off stage. So it is very, very scary. You know, again, the platform layout doesn't really help Fox for the most part because the platform is rarely above the stage. You have to get pretty lucky with timing. I mean, obviously, you can plan to do that, but then if your opponent just kind of like watches the platform and then stays like here, suddenly you can't really combo on the platform, you know what I'm saying? So definitely not super helpful for Fox, whereas it's way more helpful for characters that are going to have horizontal combos such as Sheik, Pikachu, Bayo, things like that. So the platform definitely not going to help Fox as much, and that is like a big reason why people like Smashville. So Fox, obviously, not really too big of a fan of it, and again, they can recover easier on that stage, get off the ledge, and so it's not going to be a good look for Fox in general, and so that's why Larry thinks it's one of the worst stages, and yeah, that is going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda and Partner, and Larry Lair's contact information is down below. What other characters do you want me to do stage select and breakdown on? Because again, I am doing this based off the suggestions of you guys, and so leave in the comments down below who you want me to do. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, and I will see you all next time. Oh, bye-bye.